Hi guys, Ren here and welcome to the workshop. Today I want to show you something really special that I have just received, and it's going to be for this bike. So this is my Trek Boon Race Shop Limited custom built cyclocross bike that I use for cyclocross racing normally in the winter, but for summer I really wanted to be more versatile and ride some roads on it that wouldn't be too enjoyable on my other bike, which is the Madone. So currently this bike is set up with 30mm tubeless ready wheels, and I had two sets of these zips for the cyclocross season, an NSW set which I've now sold, and this Firecrest set that I still have and will be selling in case anyone is interested, but that's not the topic of this video. So I really wanted to make this bike into kind of a dual purpose bike, and for that I will need some different gearing and I think some different wheels as well. So what I decided to do is get a pair of cyclocross race wheels, which aren't here yet, but I'm going to show you them later on, and then a pair of these. So these are Enve 4.5 AR discs, so pretty much the best high volume dirt and mixed terrain oriented aero wheel set to accommodate wide tires. And yeah, I'm going to use these for the summer mainly on this bike, and also as a spare for winter cyclocross racing. So what this wheel set essentially is, I think it's in a pretty unique position in the market right now, because of several things. Let me just show you that in a minute. So here we have the rear wheel. Yeah, so it says right there AR disc. As you can see, no brake track, just the reinforcement from the clincher bead. And I already have the standard 4.5 rim brakes, and they're an excellent set of wheels. So in the general shape and design they're pretty similar, but if you look at the wheel itself, you can see it's humongous. It has a 25mm internal. As you can see, my thumb is dwarfed by the internal width of this rim, and the external is even larger. That's 31mm right there, so it should provide optimum aerodynamics with 28 and 30mm tires, which is exactly what I need on this bike, because even though it's a cross bike, even with the zips it's pretty fast, and I think with these ones it should be up to scratch with most road bikes, apart from my Madonna, of course, which is almost TT bike fast. So Enve usually sell their rims separately, so not like other brands that you buy the complete wheel set. And my distributor is also the distributor for carbon TI hubs, and I decided to go with these. And at first they're not really a brand you hear quite a lot of, but actually there are some super sweet looking and sounding hubs. So the reasons I went for these are the following. So the first one is these bad boys are super light. I mean, they're one of the lightest in this segment. They're very strong, very reliable, reading from the reviews, and super beautifully finished, all CNC machined, preload adjustable, very easy to service and strip down. But despite all this, the price actually that is offered to me is the same as with some pretty, I wouldn't say bad, but pretty ordinary DT240 hubs, so it's really a no-brainer. The rim brake equivalent of these hubs weighs the same, or actually a couple of grams lighter than the super expensive Enve carbon hubs that I have in my rim brake wheel sets. So yeah, this is the reason I chose. these, and also I just measured these up. The wheels come in at 1440 grams for the pair, which is super light for something this wide, this aero, and disc brake only, tubeless compatible, whatever. So I'm really pleased with that. Actually, it will give or shed a good 200 and something grams from the zips, so that will make my bike pretty light and competitive in terms of weight with standard road bikes. As you can see, I have an XD driver body here, and that's for a reason. I want to use a 3T bailout cassette for this set of wheels. Then I will have a standard 1132 SRAM red cassette on my cyclocross wheels, and I'm going to have a 42 tooth chainring up front. So that means with the all-road wheel set I'm going to get all-road gearing, and with the cross wheel set I'm going to get cross gearing without ever changing the chain length or the chainring. So that's pretty neat, but unfortunately the cassette isn't here yet, so I can't really use this wheel or wheel set until I have that here, which is a shame because they really look beautiful, but I guess I have to wait for that. The hubs also have a pretty sweet sound and super fast engagement. So that's for the hubs. Another thing about the rims that I haven't mentioned is the fact that these use, like Enve's mountain bike wheels, a standard, or really not a standard, a hookless bead. What this means is the bead is very wide and super strong, much greater impact resistance, but what you have to keep in mind is that you can't really use standard clincher tires, only ones that are tubeless ready, because otherwise they'll just pop off. Okay, so these are the wheels themselves, but what else are you actually getting from Enve when shelling out this much cash for the wheel set? Well, it's a shame that you don't get Enve's otherwise super nice wheel bags, but I already have a couple of those, so that's not a problem. So what do we have here? A manual, little greeting card, valve extenders. I think these are two pairs actually, not really sure why, but they always come in handy, so that's neat. This is a pair of their new titanium skewers, not actually included with this wheel set, but they should help alleviate the issues with wheel rub. So I'm going to try these on my rim brake wheel set, of course. These ones are true axle. Then what else? This little plastic bag here. A tubeless kit, more on that in a minute. Manual for the hubs. Carbon TI, super easy to disassemble, although the preload needs to be adjusted manually. Spare spoke with a nipple, brass nipples as you can see for durability. Also the rims are laced with straight spokes, so no J-bends here, pretty modern. And then the tubeless kit. So I've opened this previously. I don't know actually what type of rim tape this is. It looks pretty high quality, although this might sound funny, but it just stinks, you know. It has this weird smell into it, so I hope that's some super glue on there that will hold it on, because previously the Enve tubeless tapes weren't too great. Then a set of valves. This time, unlike the 7/8 which I've shown you earlier, these have separate lengths for the separate rim depth, so that's a very nice feature. And they're also nice black anodize. I think they're probably made by Silca. No need for valve extenders or anything like that. But the rubber tab here in the bottom isn't conical like it is on most modern valve stems, although the seal should be pretty good because I guess these are shaped to exactly match the shape of the Enve rim bed. Also, another note about the rim bed, it has a very sculpted shape and a very deep channel in the middle, so most tapes don't really like to fit into that deep groove, so I really hope this is going to be flexible enough to do that, but I think that Enve have figured it out until now. Okay, so this is essentially what you are getting with a set of 4.5 ARs. I think you'll agree they look just amazing. It'll be super fast and probably very tough as well, and drop a good chunk of weight from my bike, so it's going to be on par with most road bikes. If you want to know more about the installation, the setup of these wheels, how they look in the bike and how do they ride, then stay tuned for future upgrades, and of course subscribe to the channel to keep you notified. It's all for today. Thanks for watching and see you next time.